What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, obviously, it's been another tough announcement of land getting delayed, and I think what's crazy to think about is the fact that it's been 3 months since the false start that we had in August, in which, the team announced land was going to be on the Mav server, and obviously they didn't hit that goal, and afterwards everything just collapsed even further than it had already done over the summer. Now, here's the thing. We had built up back in August, July and August, we had built up a good amount of momentum, right? SPS was sitting at 2.5 cents. The SPS staking rewards, or SPS staking requirement had gone live. People were feeling good. Everybody was looking forward to land, and the momentum was lost, like literally in one weekend, in one announcement, or failure to actually announce it actually going live. We lost that momentum, and it's been brutal ever since. Now, fast forward 3 months, and yes, it's been 3 months, right? August to November. Here we go again, where we get an announcement on the back of a nice crypto wave. Where everything is pumping up. We get SPS going from 1.3 to 1.7, almost 1.8 cents as of yesterday, and then of course we get the announcement today that land, which is supposed to go live tomorrow, again another false start. Here we go. So I'm looking at this through the lens of, all right, how are we going to play out this time, compared to history, because we cannot lose momentum again. I mean, I'm sure some people out there think that we can and that it'll be just fine, but I'm telling you this, the conversations that I'm having with people, like people are lost now. Sorry, I shouldn't say that they're lost. Splinterlands is losing people now, right? So it's gotten to the point where it's just continuing to happen again and again. Now, that's the bad side, right? That's the objectively, this is not a good situation. It has, how many times can we do this? How many times can we get our hopes up? How many times can we, shoot ourselves in the foot? That's the objectively bad side. The good side, silver lining, if you want to call it. And at the risk of this sounding like cope, I do think that, if a broader crypto bull run starts to happen, then we could get into a situation where none of it matters. All sins are forgiven in a bull run. Are we there yet, though? No, I don't think so. SPS is down, another 3-4%-ish today on the 24-hour. But it's not just SPS, right? It's all of crypto kind of cooling off after that pump. So I don't want to jump to any conclusions yet, but I do think that it's important that over the next couple of weeks, we kind of track and see where sentiment is. And I'm going to tell you right now, sentiment, at least from what I've heard, isn't fantastic for very obvious reasons. So here's where, I'm thinking from a silver lining perspective, not cope, but silver lining perspective. Again, whether land comes out or not, it almost doesn't matter, because I think Rebellion can be enough, right, for us to really start to get the flywheel. In fact, the Rebellion pre-sale has somewhat shown that, as we have gotten, as we've gotten DEC back up close to peg. So that's not to say that land, I don't think land's ever going to come out. Obviously, I think land will come out at some point, hopefully, fingers crossed, in 2023. Again, if it doesn't come out in 2023, Matt said that's going to be an absolute failure. So at this point, whether it's November, whether it's December, my assumption is that land is going to come out in 2023. That being said, if it comes out in 2024, I almost am cheering for it to come out in 2024, just because I want Darkest Night to be right. Right? He called it back in July, and so if he ends up being right, it'll just be the funniest thing. But looking at where we're at right now, we do have two major catalysts still around the corner. Somebody's going to look at this and be like, "Oh yeah, buy the dip." No, okay, well, you can buy the dip if you actually expect things to come out. But I think where a lot of people are now, where some of the risk is lying in some of the conversation that I'm seeing is, hey, is Rebellion going to get delayed? How can we trust any more dates from the team, right? At this point in time, you can't. So like, it's just a harsh truth. You can't. So I was very excited and, had a lot of hype and FOMO for the Rebellion pre-sale, thinking that this was going to sell out. I'm starting to have second thoughts now. Because I think, there's many people, many comments that I've seen that have said, yeah, I think I'm done buying anything until whatever's actually out. Sure. Are there benefits to buying Rebellion packs right now? You can get all the what's that called? The different benefits, promos, titles, and yeah, sure, you can. But I think almost to send a message, a lot of the conversations that I've been having are people just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to spend anymore. And honestly, this is where I've been, right? So it's funny to see people kind of coming to the same place, because I'm obviously still bullish on Splinterlands overall, but I took this stance a long time ago. Like I'm not buying anything unless it's already out. Right? No more pre-sales for me. I like and this is not just a Splinterlands thing. This is any game, any Web3 project. I'm not buying anything unless it's actually live, right? If I can play it and see it and touch it and taste it right now, then I'll spend money. But if it's it's coming up and here's the roadmap, no, no, thank you. So it's funny to see people starting to get to that same area. But of course, they're obviously very upset about the fact that Land is no longer going to be live now. So I'm getting kind of a little bit all over the place with this. My main focus was on the momentum that we've had, and the momentum, and not losing that as we go forward. So silver lining is I'm still very confident in Rebellion. I think, at least from what I've seen, Rebellion seems like it's on pace. And my only fear, and I don't have anything to substantiate this. This is not like inside, info from the team. I have no idea what's going on. All I can tell you is that I've had a chance to play test Rebellion. Things look pretty good so far, right? So, and everything that I've heard is that Rebellion is tracking on time. My only fear, and I think this is going to be something that we would want or hopefully get the team to clarify on the next town hall or town square, is please, please, please do not push Rebellion for Land. Like, I don't care if Land doesn't come out until 2025 at this point. Do not push Rebellion for Land, because that is really what killed the momentum, not just back in August, but the entire second half of the year. You go back to where we were in, actually, not even second half, the entire, like pretty much after Q2, right? Or after Q1. Because after that, it was like a hard focus on Land, and then everything just got pushed to the wayside. And we've just been waiting for Land, literally Land 1.5. We've been waiting for it since April of this year. So it's been a good 7 months, right? And there's a chance if we don't hit the 28th, it's going to be 8 months. So, at this point in time, my hope and what I'm kind of like, hanging the silver lining on is that Rebellion is still going to be able to hit in December, on December 5th. Again, if they miss that date or they push that date, that's going to be, I think people will probably not be very happy about that. So my guess is they're not going to go down that road. I would rather they just delay Land until next year at this point, if that ends up being the case. But that's where my head is at right now. I think that it is very important for us to not lose the momentum. The next 2 weeks are going to suck, right? Because people are going to be on holiday. Nobody's going to be talking. There's not going to be any major releases. So it's going to feel kind of like, the holidays last year in a sense. But I will say this, as long as Rebellion doesn't change, that's kind of like, that'll be the stopgap for making sure we don't lose the momentum that we have. Granted, I have no idea what's going to happen with the broader crypto market. I have no idea what's going to happen within Splinterlands specifically, but I'm still excited from a Rebellion standpoint. I know I can't say the same for, my fellow landlords who were waiting so patiently for this over the past couple of years, but at this point in time, it's just, I don't know. We can't lose the momentum that we have right now. We just cannot lose the momentum. And I don't care if they have to scrap Land to do it. We just can't lose the momentum of getting Rebellion out. I know they're obviously not going to scrap Land, but you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to be dramatic here. So Rebellion is going to be the main thing for me. It has been for a while. Land, 2024, like Darkest Night said. If everybody had just listened to Darkest Night and understood and believed in when he said Land 2024, we'd all be looking at this and being like, it might come early, it might not. But, that would be a good thing. So that's kind of where my head is at. I would love to hear where you guys are at. I know that the comments are probably going to be super delicious, so feel free to pour it out over here, and we can continue the conversation in the comment section below. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.